I often wonder what might happen if we begin to understand the sensitivity of the female nervous system as an exquisite form of intelligence. A woman's body is continually sensing, receiving, and responding to the world around her. She feels the tone beneath the words, the shift in someone's energy, the tension that has entered a room, and the subtle changes within her own body. She may sense something long before she has the language to explain it. Her body is gathering information through her breath, through her heartbeat, through her skin, through her stomach, through her pelvic bowl, and weaving all of it into an inner knowing that speaks through sensation. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charlie Wall, and I want to share with you about the female nervous system. There is so much wisdom living here in your female body, in all of our female bodies. Our female nervous system experiences life as an interconnected web. The conversation that leaves you unsettled, the tension that you feel in your jaw that you may not know is there, the tiredness that may follow you through the day, and the truth that you may have been trying to swallow all belong to the same inner landscape. Your work, your relationships, your creativity, your desire, your grief, and your capacity to receive pleasure are continually touching and shaping one another. Each part of you is in relationship to the whole of you. This is one of the ways that I understand feminine intelligence. You have the capacity to hold many threads at once and to sense how movement in one part of your life may ripple through every other part. You see the wider field because your body is already feeling it. I think of the female nervous system as being like the mycelial network beneath a forest. This network remains hidden under the soil, and yet it is alive with communication. It responds to the quality of the earth, the presence of nourishment, the changing seasons, and the other living beings that share the land. Information travels through its threads, creating relationships between roots, plants, mushrooms, trees, and the wider ecosystem. Our female body carries a similar quality of deep listening. Neuroception, it's called. She receives, or we receive, information from many places at once, and each experience becomes part of a much wider pattern. Your nervous system remembers the environments that you have lived within, the relationships that have shaped you, and the moments when belonging felt uncertain. All of these experiences continue to live within your web. Many women learn very early to read the emotional landscape around them. They sense the change in a parent's mood, the silence that carried anger, the withdrawal of love, and the feeling that something was happening even when nobody spoke about it. Your nervous systems may have become beautifully attuned to the people around you. You may have learned to anticipate, to soothe, to accommodate, and to keep the peace. This means that we can become emotional barometers of our families, feeling the shifts in pressure before anyone else acknowledges that a storm was moving through. Over time, this way of sensing can feel exhausting, And a woman's awareness travels out through every root, through every branch, checking the whole field and tending to everyone within it, while her own needs become quieter and often harder to feel. The image of a tree feels incredibly powerful here because many women have branches reaching out towards her children, towards her partner, towards her work, her parents, her friendships, her finances, and the endless responsibilities of daily life. Each branch carries something that deeply matters to her. She feels the lives that are entwined with her own, and her nervous system continually considers how one decision may impact the people she loves. And beneath those visible branches, her roots are searching for water, and they are reaching towards the darkness, towards rest, towards yin, towards nourishment, quiet, and the sense of being held by something deeper than her own effort. And a tree draws its strength from this unseen world. Its seasons of stillness belong to its aliveness just as fully as its leaves, blossom, and fruit. And women also need these unseen seasons. We need time in which our bodies can soften, our senses can settle, and the many threads of our experience can begin to find their place. So much of this world asks women to remain in the visible branches of life. We are encouraged to produce, perform, respond quickly, remain available, and continue carrying what has been placed into our hands. So the woman who manages everything is often praised for her strength, while the deeper ache in her body remains unseen. Eventually, our nervous systems begin to speak more loudly. Our bodies begin to speak more loudly. And it may speak through exhaustion, anxiety, irritation, numbness, sleeplessness, or the longing to disappear from the demands of life for a while, i.e., under the metaphorical duvet. Your body is communicating through the language she has always carried. Feminine intelligence asks us to become curious about the body's language. The tightening in your body may be carrying a boundary. The heaviness might be asking for rest. The anger may be protecting a truth that has waited a long time to be spoken. The grief may be opening a doorway into something that was once too overwhelming to feel. And the flicker of desire may be showing a woman where life is beginning to move through her again. Our bodies speak in sensation, image, rhythm, and feeling. Her messages often arrive quietly, especially after years of overriding them. Learning to listen becomes a gradual return into relationship with yourself and with the wisdom moving beneath the surface of your life. This return can feel tender because often our bodies remember the times when expressing our truth threatened connection. So we may understand a boundary in our mind intellectually, but still feel the fear moving through our body as we prepare to speak it. Our nervous systems remember what happened when we may have disappointed somebody, when somebody may have withdrawn their care, or if we may have chosen a path that others struggled to understand. And this is why this work lives so deeply in our bodies. So what I teach women is to learn that you can remain connected to yourself whilst another person has their own emotional experience. I teach that you can feel somebody's disappointment without carrying it as evidence that you have done anything wrong and that you're not good enough. And that you can love deeply, care generously, and remain rooted within the ground of your own being. As a woman begins to include herself within the web of her own life that she has been tending, something slowly changes. Her body has a place in her decisions. Her needs are allowed to enter the conversation. Her truth becomes part of the relationships that she is creating. Her sensitivity begins to serve her discernment, her creativity, and her capacity to feel what makes her feel alive. She remembers that she belongs within the life she has been caring for. And every time a woman returns to her own roots, that movement ripples outwards. It enters the way she loves, the way she works, the way she mothers, and the way she allows herself to be met. And other women feel that movement too. A rooted tree changes the life around it. Its branches offer shelter, its leaves create shade, and its roots help to nourish and stabilize the soil. Through this hidden mycelial network beneath the ground, its existence touches parts of the forest that we may never see. And I believe this is part of the deeper potential within feminine intelligence. As one woman comes back into relationship with her own body, her nervous system, and her truth, she brings a different quality of presence into the world around her. She carries deeper awareness of how everything touches everything else, and she feels the threads connecting the personal, the relational, and the collective, and she begins to make choices from this wider field of knowing. And maybe this is the remembering that so many of us are longing for, a return to the intelligence of our own body, a return to rhythm, relationship, and the language of sensation, a return to our roots beneath the life that everyone else can see. We are each of us our own tree, with a history in our rings, roots reaching into the unseen, and branches continually responding to the changing seasons of our own lives. And underneath it all, there is a living network of relationship, reminding us that our healing, our choices, and the way we inhabit our bodies ripple through the whole. When a woman remembers that she belongs within this web, she begins to find her way home to herself. This is part of the work that we enter in together on my Wild Awakening retreats. We step away from the relentless noise of ordinary life and return to the things that our female nervous systems have always understood. The steadiness of our earth, the rhythm of walking, the movement of water, of being with other women, of oxytocin, the warmth of the sun. All of that belongs to the female nervous system. And our truth can emerge when we gather and allow ourselves to be fully seen and fully held. It's always absolutely beautiful what happens. And there's an amazing deep exhale that becomes possible when for a few precious days you are released from being the one who has to hold everything together. I'm very passionate about this work, and I'm very passionate about bringing women together. There is one final place remaining for Spain, 31st of August, and Crete next year is waiting for the women who feel drawn towards being feral and Greece's wild beauty. Maybe one of these lands, Spain or Crete, is stirring something within you. A longing for space, a longing to move, a sense that your body is ready to be listened to. And if this resonates with you at all, I'd love to speak to you soon. Take care and have courage, dear heart.